things are looking up.
Hello. Yeah. It's that day today.
What day?
Sunday, of course.
Oh, it's the Sunday driver day.
Sunday driver day. No, it's Amy's idea to put on our safety vests, which hers gets used once a year. And
Or twice if there's a disaster.
Well, that's true. I don't know why we wear it, because we received it and we have to try to make use of it. Is that why you put it on?
I do it because I think it's funny, because it's like a size of a, I don't know how large of a person that this is made for. You're not going to drive down that road?
Oh, that one's good. So we're on the yearly go look at the roads and see if they need gravel. Township business. See, this is serious stuff.
It's serious stuff.
Now, I was told once that a guy shouldn't look at the township roads as it's raining. I think it's a perfect time to go look at the township roads, so that if you slide off of them and end up in the ditch, you know it needs gravel. But I think
because it's pure mud underneath.
Right. So we're looking at township roads.
But it looks better out there compared to the last video we posted, which was a big snow removal time.
Yeah, it was awful white.
Big Bob was having trouble again.
Big Bob.
Little Bob.
Little Bob too. Don't even start. He still has. I tried him the next morning just to see. That usually was a trick. If I'd use it or start it every week, it would come out of it, but he didn't come out of it. So I had to tap on the carburetor. So it is I'm believing it's the float that is stuck. It's not letting gas in the carburetor, so she's gonna have to come apart. And then
unstick it.
Unstick it, yeah.
And then what are you going to do to prevent it? There were a lot of comments and a lot of suggestions on what to do, what to do.
I'm afraid that the ethanol got left in there. I thought I'd have bet the farm that I had put the 91 that I use in the jet skis and the boat in there, but the way the gas tank smells, it's definitely...
Oh, really?
It's nasty.
Well, what do you mean by that, the way it smells?
Smells all old, varnishy. Doesn't even smell like gas. It smells like rotten gas. If you smell it, you'd never get it. They don't care about Little Bob's carburetor.
Well, they do care about Little Bob's carburetor, because there was a lot of people that said all the things that you need to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with cleaning the carburetor. Is that what I would say? Carburetor job. Carb job.
Carb job. Some other day. Oh, there's some more problems. Ditches are plugged up.
Missed it.
Oh, yeah, you missed that. Lakes are plugged up. The outlet to the lake. The outlet to the lake over east is all plugged up, and I better not get going on that one, because that's...
Is it a beaver?
Well, there could be one of them in there too. I wouldn't doubt that one bit, because that's where they're coming from, or some of them. They come back up the stream here. Don't get me going on no beaver, Amy. It's a sore subject.
I know. That's why I brought it up.
I was digging a little bit.
Poke.
Okay, here. We got some issues here.
Is this where the culvert was last year?
That was a new replacement. Yep. Got a little snow in the ditch back there holding up the water too,
So last year we did this drive around in March. No, it's April now.
We gotta have gravel. Get your pen out.
Okay.
We'll remember.
Okay. I'm gonna have to pause it, because I'm not gonna be able to write and hold people.
This is the dilemma that this happens.
We'll be right back. Well, I already made a mistake.
Yeah, you
The
brought
first drawing, I did bring 2 maps. I only have 2 maps, though.
Paper's shortage? Well, you should have brought along your highlighter with the eraser on it.
I don't have a highlighter with an eraser. I went
fine.
1 mile too north on the map already. So, either I start drawing X's on the map, or I start with the new map.
Well, you're up into the next
Don't you need
township.
gravel on that spot, too?
That's not our road, Amy. That's not our road.
I
taking a left.
It's a good thing I'm the clerk and not the supervisor. I do not. And I like to go by street numbers, not who lives on the road or by the road. Keep that in mind. Do you know the numbers? Ooh, is it running? You want to take them?
I thought I seen the beaver down there, and I was just checking over the. I'm ready for him if he. The beaver. No, I wouldn't.
You were
no.
gonna start saying something, you decided not to?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta fix my mistake. Things aren't going real great so far. And I just started to say, remember, we aren't looking at fields, we're looking at roads. This is the agenda today, is township business. Mr. Farmer Boy, stay on the task.
Maybe we shouldn't have done this on a Sunday, Amy.
We do this always on a Sunday.
It's a
Seems
nice,
like
peaceful drive.
it's peaceful.
Yep. Kind of irritating at moments.
Just tell me if it's 2 miles, 1 mile. Tell me where we are. I'll try.
It's every mile, Amy. Every mile. Okay, this road is a minimum maintenance road, and it is not in the best shape, but it's maybe good enough. Well, we'll see how many miles.
And I gotta make notes, like probably, maybe, kind of, should we gravel it? That's what this is about, is to see what roads need graveling.
Maybe we should
I think this should be graveled.
could put a question mark on it, and then we got to come up with about what, 7 miles, give or take.
8 to 10 to 11.
7 miles for sure, and we can't afford more than 10.
Last year we did 11, I think.
But then we had some help with the big disaster. Are we giving away government secrets here? Could FEMA come back and?
No, no. Last year we did this drive early April, and then all the snow melted very quickly. We had huge amounts of snow last winter, thankfully not this winter. But then we had a very warm day. It was actually the day of my aunt's funeral. What? 2 days. Two warm days. And the second day then, I think, was Darlene's funeral. And we were getting calls. Like, we've lost a road.
Well, the road didn't get lost. It just got washed out. See what I did there?
I got it, dear.
Okay, now we have a choice. Do we turn right or do we turn left?
This is up to you.
We'll take right. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say. Oh, she's a little greasy back there. Write it down, Amy. Greasy on the intersection.
Write it down. I'm busy. Okay, so
God.
anyway, back to the disaster. So then we had to drive around again. Actually, all the supervisors drove around after a lot of damage was done to the roads. Then me, being the clerk, is in charge of making sure we get all the documentation. We take all the photos of all the damage. We have to have, the location of the photo, the street of the photo, and then we start going to these amazing FEMA/state disaster meetings. Actually, I go. And it's hours and hours of everything. And then getting the contractors there to fix it, keeping track of all the invoices, so on. And then you file to get reimbursed for the damages, which thankfully we did. We got all of the stuff we requested, all the money we requested, and we're waiting for one check.
It isn't really as easy as she just said, because the paperwork that you got to fill out is... Well, let's just say it's a good thing Amy does it, because I would find myself just saying, I need this fixed, we're going to fix it, and you better pay me.
It's the waiting and the paying and the changing of the project managers at FEMA. I think I worked with 4 different. So you think you've got it.
They're called product managers.
The FEMA guy is called a project manager. So first it goes into the state disaster category. There's a certain dollar amount that if the townships meet it, then it goes into the state category. And if it goes higher than that, then it goes into the federal. And then the federal pays 75% of the damages, and then Minnesota pays 25%. The year before we had a disaster, which is how it's really good practice for me.
Yeah, you're doing good.
It actually qualified for a state disaster, so then the state paid 75% of the damages.
Why is now we got a sign?
Uh-oh.
We got a sign in the ditch, but there's a brand new sign right
Where's the sign in the ditch?
by the sign.
Oh, out there.
That's well,
Well, they got a new one up.
who's supposed to go pick the old sign up?
You.
Well, that's not my job description. Sign picker upper guy? Oh, I'm serious.
Is it?
Shouldn't they have picked that up when they put the new one down?
I don't know.
I suppose it was growing
We
under.
should write that down in the notes too.
Yeah, there's too much to learn here. Why is the water doing what
There's
it's
a lot
doing
of water
here?
on the road.
Oh, yeah, these roads. Oh. It's a mess.
We've only had like 3/10.
Yeah.
4/10 of rain today. It was raining this morning. So. Anyway,
Okay, yeah, I don't. Maybe
Okay.
you better ask these guys if they're sick of listening to the road patrol here.
road patrol. It's just another thing that we do. Part of the township. Oh, I was trying to figure out today, looking through the law book, because one of the things was to find out if you have to be a citizen of the township, a resident of the township, to be on the board or not. Seems like a simple question, but I was looking through this really thick law, Minnesota Township law book.
Should I show them what a dirt road
I'll
when
find it.
people's. Oh, pardon me, Amy. Can I butt in here?
Here. Sure.
Here. When people say you live out where there's dirt roads, now that to me is a dirt road. That there's no gravel. There's just dirt. Literally dirt. That's a dirt road. These are gravel roads. We are driving on gravel roads. Now, I'm gonna show my ignorance to gravel. I call this gravel because that's what everybody up here calls it. Gravel pits. It's mostly big quarries, pits, gravel pits.
Quarries is granite.
And the gravel is found mostly by river bottoms or low areas. In other states, I believe they actually physically crush rock. And I know Iowa is it limestone down there
Yes,
that they crush?
it's white.
So then you have big chunks of rock, and I prefer gravel.
Is there a culvert problem right here?
Well, the culvert's up here. I think there's more pluggage. There's more everything. Whoa.
We need gravel here.
This
Did we
one-
write this one down?
Now this is some more minimum maintenance road
Yeah,
stuff.
that's mostly what we have. Though.
I don't know how come they ever got to be. I do know why. Years ago, when the townships had no money, literally everybody was so strapped for money that they decided, okay, if nobody lives on this road and that road, we are going to put up a minimum maintenance road sign, and we are going to cut back on grading it, and we're maybe not even gonna gravel the road. Well, after years of that, we were literally down to almost dirt roads on some of these things, and now we're trying
To bring it back.
to bring it back because I don't know, even though nobody lives on the road, we all get to use the roads, and it's
Alright.
nice to drive on a road that you don't slide off and go in the ditch on.
Okay, we gotta write this road down.
Yeah.
The one thing I've noticed about roads and when it's muddy and stuff out, that if you guys come up onto the road after tillage and it's been a muddy fall, generally you go behind and clean up.
We try to clean our mess back off the road, yes.
And I can see, well, the big advantage to that would also be that the mud isn't left on top of the road to then mix in with the gravel to make the work that we're working toward having it nice get all mucked up. Right?
Right. I wouldn't want to haul gravel on my yard and then come driving up out of the muddy fields. In fact, you don't even need muddy fields. Just working in the field will attach damp soil to the digger, to the tires, tracks, whatever you got on your implement. And we just try to stay off the gravel. There are a few guys that have trouble staying off the gravel roads and almost seem like they enjoy seeing how much mud they can bring on the road.
We might have seen some things.
We might have to assess some penalties in the form of, hey mister, would you like to pay for the new gravel on the road next to your field? Because the township don't enjoy spending money that...
Well, you know I
know
did,
the story.
Yep. We've had to do that. And that was a different situation than mud, but
that was a
and that they were
then they did.
They had volunteered. They
were
just
happy
came
to do it,
to
and that's...
yeah. Anyway, yes, we will bring our findings of what we have found on these roads as far as Doug will suggest. I won't. Doug will suggest what we saw, and then likely.
Wow, she is greasy there.
Not good. Not good.
Oh, have they ever seen them?
Hang on. You are the craziest.
I don't know what you mean. The brakes
What
are
do
put.
you mean? What do I mean?
Brakes are put in a vehicle to use.
Huh? What now?
I gotta show. I bet you, if anybody from wherever don't know what a minimum maintenance road is.
Well, I show them the sign here first. Oh, back up. Wow.
Oh, listen
Wow.
to the gravel.
Travel at your own risk. If you're riding along in a pickup truck with Doug Larson, travel at your own risk.
Only when you're on a greasy gravel.
And that's what it looks
Road.
like.
That one needs gravel. Again. What's that now? Third year in a row?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
You what? Can't keep up?
Can't keep up with what map I'm supposed to be looking at.
Well, we've got a 24, which is on... No, that's 23.
23, my map of the roads that were graveled in 23, the maps that were graveled in 22,
21, and I've been digging in the folder for 2020 so that we can kind of see where we're at as far as how often and how good a shape it is in. And
yeah. Well, this one has suffered some damage. It's not too bad right here.
no,
But back there, because of the work that they've been doing, keeping the lights on for everybody, they had
Yeah.
they put in a new transmission line here, so then the roads have gotten a little beat up here on this 4 or
Stretch.
5 miles.
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a couple phone calls. Maybe they want to help gravel our road. Maybe not. Can't hurt to ask, though, I suppose.
I suppose.
Oh yeah, transmission line. So new transmission line is going in. I think it's, well, there's a lot of reasons why, but I don't know. With the new transmission line going in, it is going to, not this exact line, of course, now for the ones that might know actually what's going on down here, but there is a new transmission line that's going from the big power plant over in Big Stone City, South Dakota, all the way up to where? Alexandria? St. Cloud? I don't know. It's going
This
on.
needs gravel here.
Yep, we'll be writing this one down. Along with the new transmission line for that comes wind turbines, and they are coming. So we're going to
Rockville.
navigate through the through the wind turbine. I'm sure it'll make for good stories with all the stuff that we'll be seeing and experiencing in the next, how they say, 3 to 10 years is the projected building. That's for another time. And boy,
Mud.
yeah,
What's happened
we're
here?
out of control. She is greasy, slimy. Write it down, Amy. Write it down.
I think I've figured out that why I can't find my writing utensils is because I just heard one fall to the floor. So
We could put a string on it and put it through some sort of a loop on your safety vest.
it's a good
Does
thing
yours-
we're just out here for information purposes. It's nothing technical, and it's nothing.
I don't know. But I know I'll know where to look for highlighters if I ever need any. Just wherever Amy set my pickup.
Forever losing pens and pencils. I am all the time.
How did you get through elementary school?
Oh,
Were you the one that came with the great big, that huge crayon?
absolutely. The
The
pencil
crayon?
holder thing. And the trapper for the papers.
The trapper keeper.
What's happening
Oh,
over here?
Swell!
Mr. Keep
Look
It
at
Together,
that.
Larson.
My pop socket broke off. Oh, well, now we gotta go home. Oh, and it's all full of.
We might not be able to repurpose that. We could try. It's funny. I think that'll work.
For about a half a mile. How come I all of a sudden got so hot?
That made you upset. I could never get one to stick in on my Durango this time. I couldn't get it to stick, so I have one that goes into the vents. It's got a clip. Oh, and that thing loosens up all the time.
Well, we're up to 30 miles we've driven.
Wow.
And we've got how many miles? 1, 2,
So we have a total of 31 miles that we take care of,
4, 5, 6, 7.
and we want to keep up with the ones that absolutely need it.
We're still trying to fix the spots that we're so
Yeah.
badly needing gravel that we have yet to be able to just say, okay, we're just going to gravel this
Section
third
this year.
or this
yeah.
half of the township. We are still trying to get the bad spots gravelled. It takes 2-3 years every year. We got to do the same spots 2 or 3 years in a row, and then we can finally do the whole mile every other year, every third year, whatever. But we're still spot fixing.
Have we done a thumbnail?
You mean the look? Well,
Oh, I can't even hold the camera anymore.
I could go through this big water puddle in the road and splash it all over my pickup and have the wipers on. That could be a thumbnail.
I don't want you to do that.
I don't want to do that. No, man.
I've literally lost every utensil.
We're
We
gonna
might have to
pull
stop.
over, looking.
And Doug just pointed out that maybe I need to clip them to the vest. It's just can't. Do you see them?
I don't have my flashlight. You're on your own. I gotta drive here.
It's not in my coat.
Yeah.
Where's the highlighter?
Good thing nobody's driving around looking.
It's pretty desolate out here. They're all watching basketball that I was gonna watch, and then now I'm not
Could you
watching.
open up the back door and
Can
then?
we pull the seat out?
No, leave the seat.
Well,
See, open up the back door and stick your head in. Oh gosh, there's stuff in the way.
you've got more stuff than I've got in my house.
We'll just move
Oh, I
this here.
found it. It matches my jacket. My this.
Come on now.
Okay.
Girls basketball is waiting.
It's over, I'm sure.
Oh, I wonder who won. Spoiler alert.
I have no idea. Okay, this is where I'm putting it now. There.
Very good. Look at that. How
I might
about
lose
that?
it in there. Camel.
Boy, we got real trouble here, though. What are you going to do with this? There's no...
Let me put it in my ear. That's not gonna work either.
Oh, lordy. Okay.
Memories
Oh, gosh. Keep on, Amy.
Like the corners of my mind.
Just don't hit the tree.
Misty watercolor.
Okay, that's enough of that.
It is misty water.
Okay, here is a road that was almost abandoned, and because of the FEMA money from how many years ago?
2019 disaster, and there was a thing called mitigation, and I had an amazing project manager that year, Frank, and he helped me to figure out the paperwork and the documentation on how to mitigate this area to improve the road so that it doesn't get into another
Disrepair.
disaster situation, so that down the road it's not costing money over and over and over every year. And so this was quite a fun. I mean, in the end, I can say it was fun, I suppose, because it
was
definitely
a learning curve, I'm sure.
has improved the road, and we have not had to do anything since
Right.
then.
And I guess maybe the reason for talking about it is if you have the ability or the time, there are programs out there when the big disasters come that it's well to the township's advantage to take care of them or to do them. And you know,
How's that going over there?
I need a small child on the dash holding this camera because this is really not working for me.
I know.
And I think they've heard enough about township stuff. I'm sure they're bored to death.
That's what you always say about every video.
Well, I just can't believe it.
It's interesting to me.
Get on the township board, learn for yourself.
There you go.
There could be a job opening here in Artichoke too. If you want to know, give me a call.
I got distracted. And we're going to go look at fields, weren't you, Mr. Larson?
There's a lot to this job.
I caught you, because I'm looking at, I actually was following along with the map. And pretty soon he's heading south, and I'm like, well, there's no more roads down that way.
I suppose we better put our seatbelts on now that
I haven't had mine on the whole while.
25-mile-an-hour driving. It's hot here.
So I missed that rule that you broke this whole time? Another road that needs gravel.
Put it on the list. I've been out playing with my new blade, and I had to relocate a lot of gravel because of just didn't realize there was so many little lumps and bumps in it. But well, the blade that we have now is quite a machine, and I leveled off there was a lot of gravel moved around, and now that it
was
rained,
there dirt moved around too?
there was some dirt.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So yeah, that like down here, I don't know, I really hate to roll my window down because it'd scratch it, but so the township roads along with this driveway, as it gets used in the grass that catches debris and just like a fence line, it gets taller and taller, and pretty soon the water cannot run off of the side of the roads, and the edge of the road sits with water and gets all messed up. So then the debate, is that the right word?
Debate.
It's a
if it is a debate,
you
I don't
could
know.
debate it, I guess.
Oh, you could.
Do you reclaim that 1.5 to 2 feet of this tall sod? Do you have the the blade bring that up into your nice gravel on the road. Well, the township did that one time, and we looked at that and said, oh, that doesn't look the best. It's wrecked our nice gravel. So then we hired or told them to take that and wing it down into the ditch. So they did that. Well, then we got a few phone calls from a couple of farmers that said, hey, that dirt that you're throwing in the ditch is plugging the ditch up. Well, I can't say they're wrong with that. That's somewhat true. But the road ditches, most of them are being farmed closer than they should be. And they're all plugged up anyway, so we just said, it is what it is. Dirt's going in the ditch, gravel's staying on the road, not going to contaminate it. So what are we looking for here?
I do not know what you're doing.
Oh yeah. Amy wants a picture, but this ain't gonna work so good.
So much stuff. So I haven't said this in most of our videos because I forget, but if you are enjoying us and our life and our everyday stuff going on, just give us a like and a thumbs up, a subscribe, and a share if you want to share it with somebody that you think might enjoy following along with Amy and Doug.
I don't know. A lot of guys that I've talked to think it costs money to subscribe.
Oh, really?
And as far as I know, all you're doing is getting a it doesn't cost no money. You just get notified of when there's a new video up, right?
Right. Yep.
So
that's it.
that's
Okay.
what I know.
All right, to finish this out, this big long afternoon of talking about gravel, I wanted to see if this is what
Amy wanted to go see the gravel trailer.
this is what you guys haul gravel in. But we don't haul for the township.
Township,
no,
no.
that's
That's
contracted out.
Right. So that's our belly dump. As 90% of you people know, that is the gravel hauling trailer, right?
I don't know. You're telling me the story.
But I really don't want to go and get the trucks out because we polished our last week. The boys have been busy polishing.
Spoiler alert.
There you have it.
Thanks for joining us. Have a blessed day. And on to the next thing.
Yep.
Legos boxes.
Yep.
Repurposing. Aw.